Hi, I'm Dr. Turner, one of the hospital staff members, and I'm also the county health officer for Dalhart, Hartley, and Sherman counties. Many of you may be aware that our coronavirus numbers have been going up, but you may not be aware of how this could impact us in a very short time. In recent weeks, our numbers have gone up to such an extent that we have been near our capacity for coronavirus patients for several weeks. And something that began to happen a few weeks ago is that we began to have difficulty transferring patients as all of the ICU beds across the Southwest, throughout Texas, through the Panhandle, up to Denver and Albuquerque and Oklahoma City and Dallas, those ICU beds have been full, and so it's been more and more difficult for us to transfer our patients out. And that's something that the community needs to be aware of, that access to ICU care is becoming very, very difficult at this time. And as our numbers are rising and expected to rise much more quickly over the next few weeks, that access to ICU care is going to become very critical. Ways that we can help to manage that, it's not rocket science. It's the things that we've been doing since March, but now we need to do them with a serious intention. We need to be wearing masks when we're in public. You need to practice social distancing. You need to avoid contact with people outside of your immediate core family. One question that people have asked over and over is, where is the coronavirus rise coming from? And one of the things that we've seen is that social events, weddings, dinners, parties, have been a real hot spot for spreading the infection. More so, I think, than in schools or in businesses where mask compliance and social distancing is practiced. So that is one way that everybody in the community can help to control the spread, is to avoid being maskless or in close contact with people outside of your core family when you are in your own homes and over the evenings and weekends. If you're a small business owner, we would strongly encourage you and beg you to adopt a policy that all of your workers and all of your customers need to be wearing masks. It seems like a burden sometimes, but what we have found in working with businesses is that the greater burden comes when businesses aren't wearing masks as a routine and someone does test positive, and then it will impact a much larger number of their employees. So we are entering a time that's going to be very critical for our community, and it could be very dangerous for some of our at-risk elderly and immunocompromised community members and neighbors. So there's no other way to say it. We need to be very conscientious about wearing masks, social distancing, and avoiding exposing ourselves to people who we don't normally see in our households.